welcome. That's a pre-New Year's Eve Fred Dana message to everybody in the community. And then we did a post, radio station came to us in essence to do a post to let everybody know what we do and what we've been doing. So what we're doing today is just going to tell you a little bit about Dana. We're going on our 50th year. Next year, starting 2020, we'll be starting our 50th year in October. Third generation, Patrick English is now an owner for the last several years. So again, 50 years of Dana, we're doing a special celebration with everybody. So real top line, agenda, the guests we're going to welcome, over 30 years, doing this since 1986. The word CAV, how it works, current program that have Orange County District Attorney David Hoover come up and speak about numbers and why and how we came about the LIFT program, where we designed it to go. So some special guests, David Golucci was coming up, something came up. Obviously, you know, down south rather, couldn't make it. And then Colin Schmidt, New York State Assembly, Paul Bernard, Orange County Executive Steve Newhouse, David Hoover, District Attorney, Under Sheriff Kenneth Jones, Commissioner of Department of Emergency Services Brendan Casey, New York State Police Captain Zone Clinton Jennifer Hudson, and New York State Police NICEBIA President Chris Quick, Mike Schiff, Under Sheriff Eric Shaboti, Rockland County Sheriff again. Under here is Bob Van Cures, standing in for the sheriff. Jennifer again. And David Belasco is the president of the Chiefs Association, and Mike Isaac. And then Jimmy O'Donnell as well, as well as other people in the crowd. We have over 18 law enforcement agencies represented today. With that, I want to say thank you. So with that being said, we're a true supporter of the law enforcement community, military. And I want to thank everybody for coming today, all right, for your support. Celebrating over 30 years of business of doing the promotions since 1986. Press conference photo. Last year we do one every year, so at the end of this press conference, we're going to take a photo up. Everybody get a picture. It's an annual thing we do. All right, and then we'll talk a little bit about the program, alcohol responsibility. Why are we here? All right. Anheuser-Busch spends over $1 billion invested into promoting responsible drinking programs. It's about being part of the solution, not the problem. So you'll see here, we're a proud tradition of promoting. 35 years ago, we started it, $1 billion. Dana Distributors budget's about probably $8,000 to $10,000 we spend. You'll see we amped it up more this year, though. Our game plan is simple. Alert Cab, designated driver, and now LIFT for the second year in a row. LIFT has become a big component of the establishers on premise and just driving everybody home safe. We'll show you how we spread the word, commitment to the community, and the results that we've gotten in the past. Here's our guidelines, really. Responsible retailing, policies and procedures, server training we do, VID, good sport, and responsible drinking and safe rides. Again, we're stepping up the programs every year. There's other programs we do that we're not here today to talk about, but we're going to highlight what we're here for. Drinking and safe rides home. So you can see it tell by national numbers, all right? Numbers are going down in the right direction. Underage drinking prevention, which is VID program, and drunk driving prevention is going down as well. We're going in the right direction, which is key. The key message here, I'll tell you in a little bit, but we promote our designated driver program in-house, on the road, in the establishments, on-premise segments as well. Here's why the programs are working. We're driving programs of brand awareness to the on-premise, right? Signage and on-premise. We're telling people to have a plan before you go out. I have 4 boys, and they're starting to recognize, or they are recognizing because I'm the father, but they have to have a plan before you go out. Don't just go out and weigh in freaking get home. Connecting with the younger generation is key. With social media, that's what we're driving home, social media. It's good and cool to be DD. That's what one of my sons told me. So somebody's taking responsibility, and it's very, very important that we stress that it's okay. Right? They don't have to press anybody. And the other options, Uber and Lyft. You'll see numbers today that the message is driving. Right? It's driving to consumers, retailers, and everybody aboard. More support of others bringing awareness. You'll see other people running programs now. We're trying to bring recognition to certain cities. That's showing that this is working. And the more we get on board, the better off. It's all about saving lives. It's not about taking credit for it. And the meeting and the support in this room, you guys are all the key to success for this, right? Since 1986, we've been doing this. We've been doing it 15 years. for the press conference. I can't say thank you enough for helping us get the word out. Without you, people wouldn't know about it. So with that, thank you. Just some quick numbers you'll see here. Fatalities in motor drunk driving, down. All right, from 1982 2018. Again, alcohol impaired driving fatalities, down. Motor vehicle crashes by alcohol involvement, down. You see here, all driving down in the right direction. And with that, I'm going to bring Dave Hoover up to speak more vocally. Dave?
Again, I'd like to thank Dana Distributors and English family, everyone that's involved here for your involvement in getting this message out. Every year, Tom Kennedy calls me up, and he usually calls me up, a few days before Christmas and says, I need the numbers. And he asks me, he says, what are the numbers for the holidays? What are the numbers for Super Bowl Sunday? What are the numbers for St. Patrick's Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Columbus Day, and then the night before Thanksgiving? And what we see in Orange County is we see the number of arrests are pretty constant that we're seeing every year. Again, people are getting the message, but still some people are not getting the message. But what we are seeing is we're seeing some trends. The town of Wallkill, Middletown, our cities, the numbers remain pretty high because they're very active, they're very proactive. But one thing we identified this year that Tom and everyone at Dana is considering a lot is we're seeing a lot more happening in the town and villages. People are not necessarily going out to the establishments anymore. They're going to their friends' houses and things, and a lot more people are being caught up in those towns and villages. And I know Tom and Dana are building that into their plan as we go forward in the future, because the idea is that we don't want this to happen. And for every one of these people that were arrested, I want to tell you about the unintended consequence of what happens. Yes, it'll probably cost you $10,000 if you get arrested for DWI and you're prosecuted. But the unintended consequences is when you are stopped on the roadside, particularly this time of year, the officers that are involved, they're put in grave danger. Just think now, the roads are going to be icy tonight. They're going to be icy probably later into the morning. Every one of those traffic stops, those officers are taking a risk in trying to protect the public. So I hope people go out and act responsibly this year and get a ride. Have a plan, whether it's Uber, Lyft, Alert, Cab, whatever it is, whatever is available to you, take advantage of it. And even if it's not available to you, get a friend, because it's not worth losing your license, having your name in the paper, getting a $10,000 fine, or costing you $10,000. It's not worth putting the officers at risk. And again, we as a society have to remember, in 1982, we called drunk driving an accident. We've got away from that. It's a crime. We've done a tremendous job with our restaurant and tavern owners of making it that if you go out to a restaurant, you're at a tavern, they do their job. Now, we need to take the final step. We need to make sure we do our jobs. We go to our friends, we go to our relatives, we go to our neighbors, and we're going to drive. That 3-block ride home in your car is just as dangerous as the 10-mile ride home from the bar. So take action, be safe, and remember to keep our law enforcement friends, everyone out there patrolling, keep them in our minds and be aware of them when they're making the stops. And again, thanks to Dana Distributors, thanks to Tom, Fred, Carrie, everyone that's involved. Patrick, thank you, Tom.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Again, to touch on Dave's point is not just about going to bars on premise, right? Going home, having house parties, right? The key is getting a message from people at their house parties to get a ride. Have a plan there as well. So this is how many bars. We have 3 counties. We have 753 on-premise accounts. Broken down by county, 425 on-premise Orange County, 209 Rockland, and 118 in Sullivan County. These are all the 3 counties that participate, or if they're open, they participate. So we have signage put up in all these bars and restaurants. It's real simple. We send a letter out, right? So here's the letter. Guidelines are real simple. Boundaries, 10-mile radius. We do not shut somebody down from going home outside that 10-mile radius. We want to get them home safe. The customer's destination must go home now. We are stringent on that. And if they must have drove into the establishment and surrender their keys. The cab driver take the keys at the count. When they get home, they give them the keys in an envelope with their name on it, where the car is at. Free rides available 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. Again, that's a guideline. Doesn't mean we don't go after that, okay? We try to get people home safe, no matter what it takes, beyond all recognition. And the programs, all right, we're extending this a little bit. This year, we're again doing 4 years, 4 days. We do a Super Bowl, right, 4 to 12, St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving Eve, New Year's Eve, 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. And then it's very important. We're gonna go outside the box and sometimes help out the military. Right? The military, when they're having a special event fundraiser, we might amp up the program, offer the program to get everybody home safe there as well. Unfortunately, we can't do everyone, but for the high profile or people who are going to have a good time celebrating the thing, we want them to be safe. This is not telling people to go out and drink and drink overconsume. So if you feel uncomfortable, here's an option. Okay. Over 2,350 rides we've given since 1986. I mean, it's a great thing from Dana, from before me, with Fred, Kerry, and Jim English. Right now we have 14 taxi cab companies teamed up with Dana. And then Lyft. We see that Lyft and Uber, more so Lyft is our national partner, is affecting the local taxi cab companies because people are calling them outside the bar. I know when I'm in meetings or something, we'll call them and they'll be waiting outside for you when you want to leave. So it's more for convenience because, again, social media, you know, Grubhub and all this, people want food delivered to them, right? This is how you're doing. This is the future. So with that being said, the results are simple, all right? In the last 11 years, 1,485 rides we've given. The last 2 years, 78 rides and 6 Lyft. So far, we've done 34 rides and 4 Lyft. No New Year's Eve yet. We have seen an impact in Rockland County picking up on Lyft because, again, Pearl River, Nyack, they're all picking up. Local communities here as well are doing this as well. So again, it's going to be, the numbers might be down from the previous years, but that's only because less people going out, right? And there's other options. We don't know. They might just say, I'm going to get home anyway, so I'll take a Lyft or Uber. So that being said, here's the holidays this year so far. We've done 9 rides to Super Bowl, 17 on St. Patrick's Day, 8 on Thanksgiving. We're targeting for 30 or 40 for this New Year's, okay? So that's where we're targeting for this year. If we save one life, we save a lot, right? That's the ultimate goal, to save at least one life, if not more. So again, year-round, this is going to be year-round. Giving out 3.7 million rides nationally have been offered, decreasing underage drinking levels from 2002 to 2016, and the future is Lyft or Uber. We're promoting Lyft. Okay, here's a letter. This is what we do with Lyft, so everybody knows. So to Dave's point, Dave sent me the numbers, and he showed me the numbers here. And what I did was I dialed into the cities and towns that needed the most concentration. So you'll see I put Newburgh, New Windsor, Vales Gate, Allen Mills, Central Valley. I put a $10 voucher for each ride to get them home, targeting those cities to help them out. Everybody thinks they're good.
I'll tell you what, that's solving the problem right there. Took the numbers I gave you and you're buying them.
Well, and that's again, we're not just throwing this up there. We're doing the homework. And here we invested an additional $2,000 just for New Year's Eve of buying $2,000 worth of our rides home. Okay, so again, it's doing our homework, doing it right, working smarter, not harder. But this is what our commitment is to the community. With that being said, social media, real quick. Again, we put this on our Facebook page. My Facebook and social media manager did this. And right away, Sherway Taxi tagged himself, which he does a great job for us. And he starts to explode, right? And you're going to see a lot in the next 2 days of us getting out there. Good Sport, another venue that we push responsibility, designated driver getting home safe at the Army games, now called the New York Boulders, all right, Rockland Boulders. So this is where we're taking on sponsorship. Rewards has its rewards. Getting home safe is the way to play. We did a letter to the editor telling them what we're doing, our commitment to the community. With the Clydesdales we had in town this year, in Warwick, and we have it in 4 other cities. It worked out well, but we want to promote the responsibility message, again, by sending letters out. Every major holiday we send this out. So thank you, all right? Getting the word out is key. So with that being said, we have a recognition award. This year, every year we recognize individuals. 15th year in a row, we're giving an award. This is to a group, all right? And I'm going to acknowledge the president of the group, which is so big. Here are the previous winners, okay, from Sullivan County, all the counties. But this year, Orange County, we're going to recognize the Orange County Restaurant and Tavern Association, who's really our retailers that we help us drive the message home to consumers. So with that being said, here's the board of directors: Scott Benoit from Bourbon Street, Brian Butler, Golden Rail, Tony Colella, Eamon Fallon, Ray Halfnecker from the Cap Sale, Tom Jones, formerly of Bertram's Catering, Bill McMullen, formerly of Tuxedo Junction, and the president of the association. And I'd like to recognize at this point Tommy O'Toole from O'Toole's Pub. Come on, Tom. Come on.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Just say a few quick words on behalf of the association. On behalf of the board and officers, members, and associate members, I'd like to thank Dana Distributors not only for this award and recognition, but for their long-standing commitment to the Orange County Tavern and Restaurant Association, otherwise informally known as OCTRA, or commonly known. For those that do not know, OCTRA represents close to 100 on-premise liquor licensees and the associate members that service our industry in Orange County and surrounding counties. The goal of OCTRA is to work to promote business conditions and to advance our members' interests within the governor and the state legislature. OCTRA consistently focuses on fundraising efforts to support our scholarship program, donations, and contributions to Orange County food banks, churches, soup kitchens, as well as sponsorships amongst many veteran and first responder organizations. For the past 15 years, Dana Distributors has sponsored the Alert Cab program and is now raising the bar, partnering with Lyft. Their continued dedication to community safety is and has always been one of the greatest services that have offered our establishments and our patrons. It is partnerships like these that help make small businesses like ours thrive and help individual communities to be a great place to work, live, and for so many to visit. On behalf of the board and officers of OCTRA, I'd like to thank everyone and wish everyone a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Get back to playing with the Giants yesterday. Oh, the Jets, they won, right? So what I'm going to do is bring up some special guests to say a few words. Some's their first time. Some's going to be filling in for others that couldn't make it for last minute for whatever reason. Steve Newhouse, Orange County Executive.
Thank you. Thank you. Tom Kenny and I just got back from doing a radio show with Tony Cardone talking about safe riding and the record. So again, Tommy and to the Kennedys and you know, all the support you do, and obviously Dana Distributors and the English family. We appreciate everything you've done. The DA mentioned a lot of the great things that this has done over the years and the impact it's had. One of the things we talked about on the radio was not only getting behind the car yourself, but getting into a car where somebody had been drinking too much. And I'm very happy that you're going to be reaching out and doing more stuff for the military. I know you have a very soft spot in your heart, Tommy, with your son being a veteran. About 2 months ago when I got back from Iraq, one of the young Marines that served with me, 21 years old, got into a car with another Marine that was with us, and the two of them both died in a DWI accident down at Camp Lejeune. So this is real, it's happening, and the more that you can get the word out that it's very easy, there's no excuses today. People will give you a ride. You obviously are doing everything you can with taxi cabs and with Lyft and Uber, and also people giving a ride home. None of the people here standing behind me, law enforcement, who are risking their lives to support the public, want to see this. And I'm reminded of the Lambros family, Danny Dollinger and the town of Chester Police Department here, remember that as well, in Blooming Grove, over a decade ago, where an 18-month-old son was killed during the day on a Sunday coming home from church from a drunk driver. Nobody wants to respond to that, and no family wants to go through that. So I have to give my hats off to law enforcement more now than ever. The sheriff, the DA, and I are very big proponents of supporting our law enforcement community, which over the years have come under attack in many ways, and they deserve our support in many ways. Yesterday's horrific attack that happened on Saturday night, within hours, the cooperative agreements between not only the local Ramapo Police Department, but the Sheriff's Office in Rockland County, the State Police, and NYPD were able to bring the accused man to justice within hours. I mean, phenomenal work from our law enforcement that challenged it day by day. So there's really no excuse out there in coming into the New Year's celebration where everybody's out to drive behind the wheel intoxicated. And again, it would not have happened without your efforts. It grows every year, and appreciate everything you do, Tommy. And I'll mention one last thing about Tommy O'Toole, who is a very big supporter of first responders and military. He walks the walk, and thank you for everything the Restaurant and Tavern Association do. Thank you guys, be safe out there.
Kenny Jones, Undersheriff.
Thank you, Tom. The Dana and English family, represented by Tom here, have been involved in this situation for many, many years, and has always been supportive of not only the military and police and of their users. And nothing says it quite like their own campaign of Give a Damn. That's a great campaign. People should give a damn about themselves, give a damn about other people that are on the road, and you can be sure that if you don't give a damn, myself representing the Sheriff's Office and all the agencies behind us, we do give a damn. Thank you.
Good morning. Safety always comes first for the New York State Police, for our troopers, the drivers, and passengers we serve on New York State roadways. The common threat on our roads that all law enforcement officers continually fight is impaired driving, either by alcohol or drugs. Hundreds of people are killed and thousands are injured each year as a result of accidents. Curbing drunk driving is a major law enforcement priority, one that we work to fight each day through law enforcement periods, sobriety checkpoints, and saturation patrols across the state each and every month. Our objective is to stop those impaired drivers from putting the keys into the ignition. Education through events like this one and enforcement are designed to deter dangerous behavior. Hopefully, they will make people think twice before drinking and getting behind the wheel. If you put others' lives at risk, there will be consequences. Remember, driving is not a right. So our thanks to Dana Distributors for hosting this event, and we hope everyone has a happy and safe New Year's. Thank you.
Commissioner?
First of all, I'd like to say I've been here, attended these events for many years. My former position as a state police captain, and that was the enforcement side of what we do to stop DWI. As the Commissioner of Emergency Services, we support the Stop DWI program. A lot of the money that Dave Hoofler collects through fines, he does a great job, comes back to the Stop DWI program. We're able to fund prosecutorial positions, mental health positions, social services positions, and we contract with ADAC for educational purposes. Johnny Jones does a great job running the county Stop DWI program. We can bring in nationally recognized speakers to meet with the kids, get out to the schools, and let them know how important a topic this is. We have one of our victim impact speakers here today, Brian Stromer, who tragically lost his son to a DWI accident years ago. And he volunteers his time, comes out, speaks to the kids, lets them know what their choices, what type of impact their choices can have on families out there. So I'm happy that I continue to be involved with law enforcement, support this effort. It's an important thing to do. We can't do it without everybody helping out, and that includes our corporate partners through the Restaurant Tavern Association and certainly Tommy, Kennedy, and Dana. So thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Police Chiefs Association Orange County, we want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. We want to take this opportunity to thank Tom Kennedy and Dana Distributors for all the work they do, not only today, but throughout the year. It also gives us an opportunity to thank John Jones, who is really in his office at Stop DWI, who really provided a lot of training and support for us as we try to keep up the enforcement effort. 2020 is going to be a new year for law enforcement. A lot of changes coming, but we can tell you that we will have patrols on not only tonight, tomorrow night, but for the rest of the year to hold those that make the bad decision of drinking and driving accountable. Our goal is to keep our roads safe. We've all been a part of tragic incidents where we've seen young people, families injured or killed because of bad decisions by drunk drivers. And and our goal is to hold them accountable and continue keeping our roads safe. Thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of Sheriff Louis Falco, I want to thank Dana Distributors, Tom, the Dana family, and English family, for supporting our communities by hosting Alert Cab again. The sheriff would have been here today. He's still in Rockland attending to the horrific incident from Saturday night, but he wanted you to know that obviously patrols in Rockland will be out. It's important that people have a plan. Alert Cab is an option, but don't drink and drive. We'll be out working with our municipal partners, especially in places, as Tom mentioned, in Nyack and in Pearl River, in New City, and Suffern and Haverstraw, where we have a concentration of people to make sure people can enjoy the evening but get home safe.
Sullivan County Sheriff's Department, Eric Shibodi, Sullivan,
Good morning. I just want to thank Tom Kennedy and English and Dana families for maintaining this public-private partnership. It's worked excellently, and we appreciate that. And I just want to key on, we're talking about Alert Cab, but also the designated driver education program. It works wonderfully. People are getting the message. Most of the establishments I've been to, if you come in with a bunch of people who are drinking and you let the bartender know you're the designated driver, you drink for free. They give you free soda, coffee, tea all night long. Also, while I'm at these DWI road checks, you'll see a car pull up, the window come down, it'll smell like a brewery in there, but the driver is stone cold sober, and everybody else in the car is having a good time. And that's what we like to see, people getting home safe. So thank you very much.
Again, good morning, everybody. I think everything's been said here already, but I want to thank all of our brave men and women of law enforcement. I think they deserve a huge round of applause for everything that they do the entire year, for what they do. Tommy O'Toole, great representative for them, and also Dana Distributors and Anheuser-Busch. I've been here coming to this program, to this news conference for the past, 5-6 years already. And what a great program it is. And really, there is absolutely no excuse to get behind the wheel after you're under the influence. You need to definitely call an Uber, use this program. My message to the public, don't be stupid. Actually use this program. So thank you again. I wish everybody a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. And we look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.
Here's some stats or website you can go to what Anheuser-Busch is about. Community speakers we bring in every now and then, alcoholstats.com. And also we're working programs at the local military academy with helping the college campuses as well. Designated driver, we ID books, flyers are on the table, please fill them out. You'll get these by hopefully the middle of February. We buy over 1,000 to 1,500 books a year, just to put in the cop cars, whatever you guys do with them. They're here for you guys, and we can also give them to retailers as well to help them users to see the licenses and stuff. So with that being said, thank you to the heroes behind the badge. Your sacrifice probably does not go unnoticed. And lastly, the military and first responders, thank you for everything you've done. Happy New Year, prosperous New Year, health and wellness. And lastly, again, there's alternatives. Let us help you get home safe. All right, let us foot the bill for you in here. Okay, with that, thank you guys for coming, and have a great New Year. And I would ask everybody to come up forward so we take a photo up. Everybody who's here, military and everybody else, come on up. And thank you.